Hello and welcome back to Bourbon Barrel Talk. I'm your host, Scott Minton. Today we're back in the Brock Bourbon Bar. We got another mail call from our friends at High West Distillery out in Utah. Johnny Tsunami, what do we got, big dog? You got that? You're closest. Get reading.
Let me put my spectacles on here. Today we're going to be sampling a lovely Cask Strength blend of straight bourbon whiskeys from High West.
These are some of the new releases, right? The Cask Strengths?
Yeah, this one just got released. I think it says, K1425, so that means it was November 14th of 2025, so
yeah,
in the last month or so.
They're so kind to send mail call. I love those guys.
You know, we've got a really good relationship with, Isaac and Tara, and Sierra is their kind of like their liaison that does kind of their marketing side, but they're just great folks out there. They do a tremendous job with transparency. They tell you kind of what you're getting, what it's got, all that kind of good stuff, and they are always more than willing to share their awesome whiskey with us to talk about and I guess really highlight, what we like and what we don't like.
And I'm always willing to try it.
Yep. So,
and this is clocking in at 117 proof.
117.
Like so I like
Let me see this. Let me see if it's got like different blends on it.
So wasn't, in our past conversations with High West, they typically do a lower proof entry with their
own distillate, yes.
With their own distillate, yes.
So, yeah, with their own distillate, they do. I believe this is a mixture of Indiana and Kentucky and their own, if I remember correctly. I don't see it on the label, though.
Order for it to be Cask Strength, does it have to go into the barrel at cast?
No.
Cask Strength just means it's not been proofed down.
What's the term when it actually goes in at that proof?
There isn't. You can go in.
It's entry proof is what it's called.
Entry proof. Okay, thank you. That's what I was thinking.
The entry proof has a cap of 125. It can't go any higher than that.
And it can't go in any lower than 90 proof.
Yes.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah. Then how do they get the 80 proofers?
Those are proof down.
I guess proof down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
that's
are
true.
proof down.
Because they're not technically Cask Strength, so you're
correct. Yeah. So, but I don't think that they can legally go in the barrel less than 90 proof. I'd have to look that one up. That's the one thing it's been so long since I've looked at, because most people don't enter the barrel less than I think Michter's is the lowest, and I think they're 103, if I remember correctly, or 105, something like that. So, anyway, High West, Cask Strength, 117 proof, their most recent release. What are we getting? Nick, have you dove in yet? I know Johnny's been sniffing that thing like a madman. So.
I've sniffed a little bit. I was trying to work a little tech support here, trying to figure out if it's blend and stuff like that. So trying to get a little information on it while I sniff.
Gotcha. You sniff away. Johnny, what are you getting?
Just on the nose, I'm getting a lot of jam. I don't know what kind, but it seems very jammy, fruit forward, a little sweet.
I get a little caramel and vanilla.
I'm not getting that. That's weird. Because I normally pick up on that.
I'm getting maybe a hint of vanilla. I'm not getting a caramel. I'll tell you what, though. I'm getting some, what I would call almost like a grapey type fruit. Like, it's not a dark fruit, and it's not, it's not like a stone fruit or an
grape
apple or
jelly,
anything like that.
Maybe? Could it be?
You said jammy, and I don't necessarily disagree with that. It doesn't smell quite that sweet to me. It smells more floral sweet.
I agree with Johnny. The sweetness and the fruitiness. I don't know if it'd be jam, but the sweetness and the fruitiness, I get that right off the nose.
Yeah, I'm getting a real heavy floral note. It might be because what I had for dinner, but
do you have flowers for dinner?
There's an undertone of floral. I'm getting it.
Okay.
I'd see it more as field green style. At least that's what I would interpret it as. Maybe a little honeysuckle.
Yeah, violet, honeysuckle, something like that. Yeah.
It's fair. I feel like the color is misleading because it is kind of light, but I still think there's going to be some depth to it once we.
It's a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys, so
we don't know the ages though. It could be.
Nick's in there doing tech support. I could probably pull up the email. I'm just afraid if I get my phone too close, it will. Wow. All right. Immediately, just initial, wow, just a lot of sweetness. The floral notes really coming through. There's just a touch of that rye spice, and then it's just baking spice everywhere. It's
from the mid palate to the back.
Yeah,
it's just
It's oh my God, there's so many baking spices that are just rolling around in the back of my head right now. Now, granted, I just had some ginger beer, so I'm trying to eliminate the ginger taste if there is one. But there's there's cinnamon, there's a little bit of clove, there's some nutmeg. There's so much baking spice in this thing.
It's heavy on it, but it's delicious.
It is, absolutely. I get a little allspice, a little cardamom, I think there might be a hint of ginger.
Well, that would be indicative of allspice because isn't there ginger in most allspices, if I remember correctly?
Oh. Anyone else getting a little smoky note to it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost like a campfire smoke.
Yeah.
And that could be the char that's coming through.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these didn't have like toasted heads. It is very light. Now, granted, I don't know how old the blend is or the batch, like what the consistency. It might be all a bunch of 6-year-old barrels, and you don't always get a ton of color on those.
I don't get a lot of the sweetness that transfers into the palate.
No, it's right on the tip of the tongue, and then as it gets into the palate, you start getting I start getting the spices.
Yep.
It doesn't have that big a hug. It's warming as opposed to, from going from your back palate all the way down to the middle of your chest.
Does anyone have just this the standard small batch, like to compare it to this? I mean, this has definitely got the proof going for it, and it tastes every bit of what did I say, 117.
I didn't think it went to 1 second. I thought it was a little bit softer than that.
You think so?
Just a little bit.
So these just got released, it looks like, on January the 12th.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Isaac did the blend, and it does not give a whole lot of detail on quantity. It just says very limited quantities and traditional blends of American bourbon whiskey. So, I don't know.
Yeah, website's not revealing too much because I think it's too soon. We got an early release.
Hold up. I found it at the bottom here. So I'm gonna try not to get too awful close with the mic here. So this is a blend of 60-40 Kentucky, 60-40 Kentucky malted barley being the 40%, 75-21-4 Indiana, 78-10-12 Kentucky, and 84-8-8 Tennessee. So it's a blend of all the above.
So for us morons at the table, what can we gain from that knowledge?
I think I gained that the sweetness is coming from a bunch of the corn that's in there. And there's a lot. If you look at 84, 74, and 260s.
Now, pardon me, did it actually tell you the range of age? Because I actually found that.
I did not find the age of range yet. I don't want to go too far down because there's tasting notes down here, and I don't want to hit those.
Right.
Wait a minute. It does look like the MSRP is going to be $69.99.
That's a fair price.
Landed. And then the rest, if I go down too far, it's going to be tasting notes. I don't want to go over those. I'll go over those here in a minute.
Range of 6 to 20 year.
6 to 20.
6 to 20?
That's
6
crazy.
to 20.
It's probably the Tennessee, the Cascadia, or whatever that is,
that's
or
what I
the
was thinking.
Dickel. It's one of those two, based off the mash bill. It's probably the 20-year-old juice.
Now, if they say the range and they put 20 there, does that doesn't mean that it could be any amount. Like it could be a very small percentage.
Most
of
likely,
20.
it's probably one barrel of 20 year, and
Of
then the
20,
rest is
right.
a blend of the
I mean,
others.
I think back to a lot of the discovery. So if you ever looked at the site of the discovery, it might say, 17 year, from Kentucky, 3%, out of the 100%. But that might equate to one barrel versus, the whole kit and caboodle.
Are you guys not getting now like almost like a little citrus note on the mid palate to the?
I was going to say candied orange,
Yeah,
but hot,
don't think-
but hotter than that.
yeah,
Yeah, I definitely am getting it's in the very back palate that I'm getting that
yeah,
citrus.
mid to back, I'm getting like a citrus note, and then now the more I drink of it, even though it didn't smell like grape, it smelled more like that grapey type, thing, that fruity note. Drinking it tastes more stone fruity, like.
I'm going to throw out something stupid.
Yeah,
And I like
You
being
always
stupid.
do.
But it almost like this is a old fashioned in a Glencairn.
Okay.
no, I don't hate that. I don't hate that description at all. There's definitely a citrus note there. I would think it's more of a robust citrus than an orange citrus, like more like maybe like a lime or a lemon.
Yeah, I just get that.
It's got a more punch than a typical orange would have, or is it like?
I think for me, the spice is going over that a little bit, so I'm not picking that much up.
No, the spice is delicious.
It's
though.
delicious, no, but I'm saying for like lime or lemon, I think the spice
I-
kind of takes over.
Mind
for
leap,
me, at least.
mind leap,
Mind leap.
mind leap. Lemon heads from Shimps. The little lemon and how it's got the sugar on top.
Okay.
Like when you first put those in your mouth, you get that citrusy note, but it's mainly just sweet citrus.
Yep.
Dude, that's what's running through my mind.
Okay.
Like,
Yep,
especially
yep.
on the mid to back palate.
I can get behind that.
I kind of agree with Johnny a little bit more to the point of the spice is overpowering the small amount of fruitiness that's there, and it's difficult for me to pinpoint the kind of a fruit. I mean, Scott's saying lemon, and he mentioned orange before. I'm having a difficult time with that, but the spice is definitely giving it its own profile.
Yeah, this is really my type of like bourbon, though. I love that
Yeah.
baking spice.
I mean, I agree with you, but if, say, you did this blindly,
Yeah.
would you think this is a bourbon? Or would you think this is more of a rye? Just blindly. If you didn't have a preconception. Because to me, like, it's not fully, but, for me, ryes will kind of tingle on the side of my palate. Like, I don't know if this might be all set of high ryes.
Yeah.
That they've blended it because we don't know the full blend. And to me, that's what's kind of making that jump in my head that if I didn't know this was a bourbon, I would have probably have guessed it to be a rye.
No, I would say I understand where you're coming from that perspective. This reminds me very much of the MGP 36% rise, like that high rye.
High rye bourbon.
Yeah. Or like the Four Roses, the 35% ones, the OBs. So I that's just what it kind of reminds me of. It's got that floral, high rye, that spice, all those notes kind of coming through. Now, I will tell you, like the malt, like that, like I would have never guessed that it had one part of the barrels were 60-40. 40% malt's a lot.
Yeah, and I don't catch a lot of malt at all.
No. And that might be where that smoky flavor is coming from. So, right, like we're getting a little bit of that smoky flavor, and sometimes when you get something that's heavy malt, you'll get a lot of that smoky.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's got some legs to it, but it's not
but
crazy.
No, it's not crazy at all.
But the nose holds up for days too.
Yeah, the nose hasn't quit.
No.
It's still there. It still makes you think about what you did today.
What you should have done today?
What I never do during the day.
What you regret doing.
What you regret not doing all day long when you're at work. Dan
sitting here
doesn't have
drinking
that
this.
problem.
I
He
don't
doesn't
have
go
that
to
problem,
work.
but there's stuff that I should do and I don't do, and I don't care.
I feel like this would be a very versatile bottle. Like you could drink this neat. You could mix this in a cocktail. You could get creative with it, and it would be delicious on all fronts.
Yeah, 100%. It's got a lot going on, man. I tell you. What's the little where the barrels are on the label? There's like a gold or like a red like foil look thing. What does that say? Can you tell?
Limited release.
Oh, limited release. Okay, I couldn't really tell from that far away.
I would love to go ahead and try to put this into a old fashioned just to try it.
I guarantee it's money. I guarantee it.
And I would say for the price point of this that they're releasing it as,
Yeah.
I would be perfectly fine being my for old fashioned.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it might be a little high for that, but it's not like it's going to be so out of that price range to where like you're like, oh man, I can't believe I put that much in there, right? Like I
Exactly.
get it.
But
Right.
but from the price, I agree with Nick. To put into an old fashioned, or for me, it would be in a Manhattan. But by the same token, my thought process would be to do it as a mixed drink. Would be, why would I want to put such a high proof product into a mix?
I would almost always want to do that, and the main reason why is because when you add your other things to it, it helps proof it down, and it doesn't dilute it as much as if you start
a
with
good
a
point.
100 or a 90 proofer. You've diluted so much of the bourbon flavor out of it.
You'd want to
That's
see
a
if
good
something
point.
can stand up to it.
Good point. Good point.
There are some low proofers, some 90 proofers that can stand up, in a mixed drink. But your higher proofers are going to stand a better chance to kind of punch through and still kind of claim its own space whenever you take a drink.
Here, I'm gonna pass around my glass. I'm getting like this, almost like a buttery, like pie crust note.
You didn't add anything to it, did
No.
you? That's so weird because
Well-
even mine is so much more intense.
It's a
But, like,
Canadian Glencairn.
It's the fat nose, right?
Is that what it's doing?
It's got more to come out. Like it's got more air.
Really nice.
But like the more and more I smell of it, like I'm getting like this buttery like note off the nose too, almost like a pie crust or like a.
Yeah.
And even more, like the more I sniff it, like more and more different fruit notes are coming out. Like I'm starting to like like what Johnny said about jammy. Like now I'm thinking like almost like apple butter.
Yeah.
Okay, I can get on board with that.
I'm going to follow
Yep.
just because it smells that way, and it brings back memories of putting fruit on French toast.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Who the fuck does that?
You've never put like a fruit
Idiots.
syrup or fruit on French toast
On
before?
French toast?
Sure, butter. I mean, you put like bananas, or you could put like a
Strawberries.
like a strawberry or a blueberry compote.
Butter.
Like make your own.
Pure maple syrup.
That's it.
On French toast, that's all you need.
I'm not saying that you
Like pancakes, crepes, like add whatever you want, sure.
All
but
right,
like
all right.
French toast
You're
is
pinky down versus pinky up.
Yeah,
How about a middle finger knuckle, Nick?
are you going knuckle deep? Back, yeah. I know. I always go too far. My wife has been
dare
telling me
you.
that for years. Like she's like,
How
like
dare you?
no,
How
if I
dare
scratch
you?
a
How dare
line in
you?
the sand, she's like, you just
I thought
jump
she was
right
saying
over it.
you don't go far
just
enough.
opens the gate, and usually Jared or me
And,
just
and the
hitch
problem
ourselves
is,
over it.
we all follow. That's the problem.
Yeah, you all can't.
love you, Scott.
You all can't take it with just a bit of class. You know,
We
you
can't,
got to
no.
just dive in with me.
Hey, for unpaid volunteer drinkers, this is what you get.
Get paid in whiskey.
We do. Rich and
Sometimes
rich.
that's better than
Somebody gets
All
paid.
In whiskey. Nobody gets money. Hell, I don't even get money anymore. I stopped charging. All right,
What are we gonna rate this?
Oh man,
What would we say?
dude, this is a solid 8.4, 8.5. Yeah, I mean it's a solid pour.
I was gonna say 8.5.
It's got a lot
myself.
going on.
Yeah.
I agree, like 8.5, 8.7. It's got all those baking spices that I absolutely love, enjoy, all together with a little bit of citrus and just fun things. And yum.
Do they release this every year? Limited release every year?
They've always released a Cask Strength. Evidently this one's a limited run from that aspect. That but
A lot of their Cask Strength releases have been those blue labels, but this is they're non-blue label. And
Right.
If you guys get a
too
chance
much
to
fun
see on the, stop holding it under the table.
I didn't want it to pop real loud in the mic.
I mean,
Well,
I
that's the
did
whole
it.
po-
That's
that's the
the
whole
whole
point.
point of popping the cork is to get a little bit of that love, that
Okay, excuse me.
that action. There we go. See, that's
Yeah,
great.
there we go.
That's exactly the way a bourbon
since you got it
podcast is
open.
supposed to sound. All right, I'm going to go over their tasting notes after I take one more dive in here, but
No, I'm going
just-
to have to go back at some point, and whenever I actually have some time, I want to actually go back and kind of track our ratings that we put for different things, just to kind of see how things kind of line out. I think it'd be kind of cool to go back and look at.
all right, let's see here. What do they say
Okay,
this
thanks,
is?
Tim.
I know, for real. Boom, just drop the bottle right on there.
Heavy
real hard.
hand.
All right.
I could have dropped it completely. Come on.
Replay.
There's some stuff on here.
I saw that one there.
We
That's the
did not
problem.
hit, but there's a lot of stuff we did hit. So on the nose it says butter poached green apples with candy Meyer lemons.
I could understand Johnny's with the jammy thing.
Yep.
What is poached butter? Or butter poached?
Butter poached. Yeah. So like you take the eggs. I mean you do eggs or apples in this situation. Like they said, take green apples, but you basically put down
I'm thinking the comma is butter poached, not butter, comma, poached fruit.
yeah. Gotcha.
Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good now.
Listen, reading's fundamental. I might have said it wrong. Like, listen.
/ and it's always important where that comma goes.
It says cornbread drizzled with honey, brioche toast with crushed walnuts,
Ooh, I didn't get you all.
allspice, sarsaparilla, hay, and the new porch swing. I don't know.
I would like a woody, like fresh wood, cut wood, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. All right. So on the palate, it says sweet plantains with cinnamon, dried apricots, peach crumble, toffee, Earl Grey tea. Which I'm surprised you didn't grab that. Did you say tea?
I did not, but I can understand where that's coming from.
Nutmeg, rose.
I did say that.
And hickory smoke. Yeah, we hit most of the baking spice, but but that was the one thing. Like, now the finish was something like I would have never gotten any of these things. So they said kumquat and white chocolate with velvet spice.
First of all, what's velvet spice? That's
yeah.
a new one
My
for
bad,
me.
velvet tea spice. So like
Oh,
just
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like smooth,
Okay.
spices. But
That's a redhead who swallows.
Wow, velvet spice.
You're the
I
one
was
who
just gonna say
opened
that's
the
a stripper
door.
name is what I was
Yeah,
going to say, but
that
yeah,
is,
wow, Johnny just went full in.
It's Ice Spice's cousin.
Yeah, 100% velvet tea spice.
All right, just because lack of intellect, or I don't know exactly what a kumquat is, but I had to look it up.
A kumquat, yes. It's a.
Well, look in the mirror.
It's kind of like a
and-
spiky looking fruit, right? Like if I remember correctly.
Nope, it is.
Oh, okay.
Almost like
It's almost like an orange. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, never mind. What I was thinking of was the durian fruits, or the ones that are the
Yeah.
spiky
yes,
ones.
yeah.
Yeah.
The real
don't wanna-
smelly fruit.
You can't have those in the U.S.
You don't want to. I have given somebody a durian fruit candy before. It was hilarious.
So it's funny.
Okay, you'll have to tell me off mic what the hell that is.
With a durian fruit, it's mainly an Asian, Southeast Asian fruit. They almost look like a chestnut burr, like the prickly things, that like the buckeyes and stuff come in off the trees. That's what it kind of looks like it's coming from. It's not quite that pointy or sharp, but it's got lots of little pointy things and it's green. So, but that's what it basically is. There. Dan's got a picture. So.
Who? You gonna go through everybody's
Nick,
name?
my bad. Everybody but Nick. Damn. Dan, Nick, Johnny, Barbara's got a picture now. Let's see.
But I will say that the flavor of the durian fruit is known not to be very tasteful.
No, it's not very tasteful. It is very weird. So, all right. Well, anything else to add to this? Are we missing anything?
I'd say this is a buy. If you find it out there in the wild, add this to your collection. And you will
Quickly.
be happy.
$69.99.
Very,
Grab it
very
up.
quickly.
I wish I knew how many bottles they released.
Does it not say on there?
sure they tell you.
Sometimes they do. Not all the time.
It
Not
just says
often.
batch number and it's got the date. Doesn't
All
say
right.
number of bottles. So, well, I think that's our episode of Bourbon Barrel Talk. If you want to find us, you can find us on Facebook, the Instagram, or the X. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. That way you can get those episodes as soon as they land on Sunday mornings at 6 a.m. Give it a share. Share it on Facebook. Share it on your Instagram page. Share our episodes. Let people know what you think about it. Give us a 5-star rating on either Spotify or iTunes, whatever your favorite medium is. And send us any questions to bourbonbarreltalk@gmail.com. This is Scott, Johnny Tsunami, the Brox, and Dano signing off. Peace.
Gross.
Later.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother...